Hey y'all, it's TxStampin Sharon. I am so excited to share with you all tonight. We're going to be talking about coloring stamped images in a different way. Super fun. I can't wait to share with you the different techniques that I have lined up. I am live on Thursday, August the 5th. Gosh, I can't believe it's August the 5th at 7 p.m. Central. And I know a lot of you jump on a little bit early and we do some chatting in the chat box. I just want to remind you to be logged into your YouTube account if you want to chat with us during the live. Of course, after the live is over, I always welcome you to comment below the video, like the video, subscribe to my video channel. I really appreciate those subscribers and all of the thumbs up. So I want to introduce you to Michelle Batson. As you're looking at her, as you're looking at the chat box, you will see a little blue wrench by her name. That means she is my assistant. She helps me during the live because I'm doing good to get through the live sometimes, much less to try to chat and answer your questions. So at the end, if there is something that I missed, I hope that you will type my name and it'll show up in a red, it'll be highlighted red, and then I can catch that easier on the chat when I'm just glancing. So I want to welcome everyone. I tried to say hello to everybody individually, but if I missed you, I am glad you're here with me live. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening, morning, wherever you're at in the world, and spending it with Michelle and I this Thursday night. So, okay, so I see a lot more. Oh, Paula, this is her first time to join us live. Welcome. Okay, y'all are liking the idea about coloring stamped images. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna actually make one full card, but I'm going to show you what I did on my other two cards. So I have 3 cards to share, and each one is unique, each one is different. So I hope that I inspire you. That's what I want to do. I want to inspire you as you are making your cards. And I decided to dress a little fallish tonight since I am going to show you some fall cards. I thought, we'll ditch the Hey Y'all t-shirt for tonight and dress a little bit more fallish, a little bit more fall colors. So, oh good. Oh, Charlotte needed a break from packing. Okay, I get you. I hear you. We moved last year and that's hard work. So, hello, Julie King from Adelaide, Australia. And we have Diane from Missouri and Annie Gilliam. Hello, my friend. Hi, Gwen. Hello, Deborah. Hi, Ernie. How are you? Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm so glad I always inspire. I try really, really hard. I love doing what I do. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator at the end of this month, 24 years. Cannot believe it. And I can't wait for you guys to see my blog post on the 26th of August. That'll be a Thursday night. You're gonna have to, after the live is over, you're gonna have to go over to my blog post because my upline happened to text me some photos yesterday that I did not have. We had a house fire and I lost a lot of photos from my early years in Stampin' Up! And she sent a picture of her and I at my very first convention. I've changed a little bit since then. But it sure was fun, and the pictures that she sent me brought back lots of fun memories. I've had lots of fun memories as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and it just helped me remember some of those as I looked at those photos. So I'll share those on my blog on August the 26th. So I'm gonna switch cameras now, and we're gonna get started. Okay. So I won't say as always. Here lately, I have not always had a download for y'all, but I have one for tonight. And about 8 o'clock, after the live is over, it will not be ready until after the live is over. So don't leave me now. Stay here on the live. I actually put in the YouTube video because I thought, you know what, not only the blog post information, but you might want to remember these techniques that I'm going to show you tonight using the pretty pumpkins. And so you'll be able to download that about 8 p.m. Central. So like I said, don't go anywhere. Just stay here with me. So cute. And you know what? This is the only image, the only pumpkin that I have played with. So I'll be doing some more videos on these, on this set of pumpkins here. I did use the Gather Together and I used this stamp. So thankful for you. And I am thankful for y'all. I really am. I'm thankful for you supporting my, my lives and joining us. But look at these dies. Look how fun that one's gonna be. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to play with that one. And then we have the leaves dies, and then these cut out the little swirly vines, is what I was trying to say. So of course, this is from the new mini that started Tuesday. And I'm so excited because now I am allowed to open up my catalog. By the way, do y'all see all my Post-it notes? Whenever you get a new catalog from me, I always recommend that you mark your favorites with Post-it notes. So here is the stamp set. It is on page 48. And of course, if you purchase the bundle, you do save that 10%. You can get the dies separate and the stamp set separate, but hey, let's save money whenever we can. But even the images that the artist shared in the catalog, this is what inspired me to do my first card. As I was playing with this background, I was like, wonder what it would look like if I cut the pumpkin out of that. That's what I went for. So always look at these images for inspiration, because even though that inspired me, I went off in a totally different direction. And maybe that will happen with y'all with my cards tonight. You're gonna go, I'm gonna go off in a different direction than what Sharon did. Heidi says that she has that stamp set and she is stoked to see what I come up with. Well, Heidi, hang on, girlfriend, because I think you're gonna love it. And of course, Celebration started also on Tuesday. This is the first time ever that these two have been at the same time. And so it's been so much fun because not only are there glittery papers and stuff in here, but there's things that coordinate either with the mini catalog or the annual catalog, the big one. I do want to point out something. When you see the circles that say free, it means free with a $50 order. And this is the item code that you would look for. Now, when you start to look at the penguins, the free item is the Designer Series paper that coordinates with the bundle, which is the punch and the stamp set that's in the annual catalog. Okay, so I've already had lots of questions about this, and so I really wanted to point that out to y'all, that that's not the free item. This is the free item, okay? Now, as you start flipping through, and when you get back to the back, there is information about hosting having its own rewards. There is this fabulous stamp set called In Your Words. And if you were to have a $300 workshop with me, then you could get this stamp set for free. Wait till you see what I've done with this one. I've already made a video using this stamp set, and that'll be coming up in the next week or so. I also want to point out to you that if your wish list is $100 out of this catalog, I highly advise you, or I recommend that you give being a demonstrator a try, because this time during Celebration, you can pick out one of these bundles, and I actually printed it a little bit bigger. There are different bundles that are in the mini that you can get for free if you join my team during Celebration. Just have to tell y'all that because it's a great deal. I mean, this bundle right here, the Christmas to Remember, is $60 for free. So when you join, you only spend $99 plus sales tax. You get free shipping. You get to shop for up to $125, and you get a free bundle. It's a brilliant time to become a demonstrator. And if you give it a try and you go, this is not for me, I can't keep up my $300 quarterly minimums, I'm not gonna be able to do this, it's okay. Just come back being a happy shopper, that's all. All right, so I'm getting my ink refills out, and I have a piece of shimmery white paper on, just to take down on a board to keep it from warping. And I do have my paper towel here in case I make a mess, which is most likely I will. I have the Real Red re-inker. I have the pumpkin pie because after all, we're doing pumpkins. I have garden green, gorgeous grape, and crushed curry. These just look like fall cards to me. I love the fall. I love the changing of the leaves. Don't see it a whole lot here in Texas. But on my bucket list was to go to like New England in the fall. And I did that a couple of years ago when my daughter lived there. And so I was super happy that, all right, now so here's what I'm gonna do. I get to talking and I forget. I'm gonna put, let me show this over here. I'm gonna put my pumpkin pie here and I'm gonna put my Real Red here so I know what these colors are. And then I'm going to put crushed curry in the middle. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna put garden green over here. And, well, hello, Joni. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, you haven't been able to either? Have you not been able to join us? See, this is what I get. I start trying to read the chats because I have FOMO. I don't want to miss out on anything. Okay, so next I'm going to take my spritzers. You get 2 in a pack when you buy these from Stampin' Up. And I want to, well, here first, I'm going to take my water brush. And these are a little bit different. I have to kind of twist the barrel, open it up just a little bit. And I'm gonna add some drops of water to my ink refills. There we go, twist that back. Next, I'm gonna take my spritzer. Oh, Vay wants to go to New England. I was just so thrilled. I think I did a blog post on all my pictures that I took in New England because I mean, just such gorgeous images of the colors and all of that. Now I am really spritzing this down a lot, like it's soupy wet, okay? And I'm going to take my crushed curry and I'm going to touch it. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. And because I'm switching so many colors, I have a glass of water here. And I'm just going to, I'm gonna pick up the pumpkin pie. And we're gonna kinda, I mean, it is soupy wet, guys. If my paper was not taped down, these would all start to run into each other. And that's fine too, if that happens to you. And let's get some red. And we'll add that over here. And how about a little bit more down here? So I'm just kind of adding the colors all over. And then I'm gonna get my gorgeous grape. Oh, so pretty. Now when this all dries, which this is gonna take a while because I have it so wet, it will be, some of the colors will be lighter and that's fine too. And then we'll do our green. And then I think I'm gonna get my crushed curry again. So you can add the colors however you want. And every time I've made this card or made this palette like this, they've all been different. No right or wrong way to do it. Let's get some more pumpkin. Now this is gonna take a long time to dry, like I said, because I made it so soupy, but that's okay because I did some ahead of time for you guys. Now we're gonna hang on to those ink refills because we're gonna need those again later. And just so I don't make a mess, I'm going to move that way out of the way. And then we're gonna set this aside to dry. I mean, you can see it is very wet, but the key is to get it very wet, okay? If you don't, I'm gonna show you what it'll look like if you don't. Okay, so I told you I already have some done, and some of them look a little bit funny. I think it's fine. This is what happens if you don't have really wet paper. It just comes out a lot darker and not more subtle. It's fine, but I stopped when I was doing this because I wanted to point out to you, if your paper's not really wet, this is what you'll get. And it could even be darker. And so when you go to start stamping, you know, so see how I have different colors. I'm gonna get my pumpkin, and I'm gonna get I'm using Memento ink. Looks like tie-dyeing. It does. I didn't even think about that. So since I've already started over here, I really love the bold purple, the gorgeous grape. So I'm gonna really ink this up. I could use my Stamparatus, but with the technique that I'm doing, it's okay, because once I lift up the stamp, what I kept looking at was I wanted that to be a bolder ink, a bolder black, okay? So I'll show you how I fixed that problem. So I've already cut out two, and now y'all have told me on previous lives that you don't mind a heat gun. So we're gonna be using the heat gun for a little bit. I have my Versamark pad, and I have some clear emboss powder. So I'm just going to ink this up with a lot of Versamark. And Versamark is a very sticky ink. It's not going to dry on me before I get to do the emboss powder. Those of you who have embossed before, you know how long it stays wet. Okay, we're going to close that up before I open up the emboss powder, because we do not want emboss powder in our Versamark pad. Somebody is asking, what time is it in Texas? It is 7:17 p.m. on Thursday. Well, you know what day it is. Okay, so I have that one with clear emboss powder. And I mean, the look that this turns out after I heat set it is just gorgeous. Well, I think it is. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. We have our top. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna turn on the heat gun. I'm trying to get it so y'all can see how it starts to turn. It's just so pretty. Y'all see that? Isn't it gorgeous? There's just a wow factor when you're embossing like this. Can y'all see that? Isn't that so pretty? Okay. So we're not done embossing. I have my card pieces, and this is just a piece of basic white. It doesn't have to be shimmery, and it measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I'm going to get my stamps, And we want this one, and this one, and this one. Now, I thought I had black emboss powder. Why don't I have black emboss powder? I have no idea. So, let me tell you how I fixed that. I'm going to emboss with Memento. Yeah, did you know you could do that? I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get, I've got to figure this out, because with that shiny pumpkin, just the plain Memento, I kept looking at it and looking at it. I was like, it looks gray because it needs to be shining. So we're gonna make it shining. So I've got my powder all ready to go. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to stamp, gather together, and then I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna pour embossing powder. See how it softened it? And we're gonna heat it up in a minute. Okay, then we're gonna take these leaves. Let me get my card. Let me see exactly how I did it. We're gonna take these like this. We're gonna grab our paper. We're gonna pour some emboss powder. And you have to do this quickly because Memento will dry. And then I want this one. And we're gonna put this one this way. And then what did I do? Oh yeah, this leaf. Actually, I need to heat emboss this first. I should have showed y'all my card, then you would know what I was doing. Here's my card. So fun. I'll show it to you again when I'm done embossing. Just having a different way to color our stamped images is just, I just had so much fun, and I sure hope y'all give this a try because it is super fun. All right, getting our emboss powder ready. And I'm just going to emboss that bold leaf right there. Pour some powder. You know, there's so many ways that you can do this. And this is just a different way. And like I said, I was so bummed that I didn't have my black emboss powder. Guess what I'll be ordering tomorrow? All right, let's move all this out of the way. And we're gonna heat set our leaves. How's that looking? Pretty shiny. Okay, let's add that to our card base. You know, it's amazing how I lost something and it was just right here. The rest of my card. You know, it wouldn't be alive if I didn't mess up something, but that's just crazy because I just had it. Okay, do y'all see it? Am I blind? Oh my goodness. That's so crazy. Hold on, let's see if I dropped it. You know, oh, here it is, underneath the embossing powder. Phew, I was like, what the heck happened? All right, we're gonna add this layer. You know what, guys? I should be a great example that anybody can do what I do because I mean, you know, it's just the whole idea of crafting And, you know, we always look for things, don't we, on our craft table? We're always like, I just had that. Aw, thank you, Heidi. I'm so glad. I am so glad that y'all are loving this. Now, because I heat set this layer, I like to do this because I want the whole thing to lay down. And you know, when we heat set, there's a little bit of a buckle to our layers. Nothing that you can't fix. So I just like to kind of smooth it over with my hand, like just kind of pressing it like an iron, because I certainly don't use an iron. These are simple little layers. My black mat is 4 inches by 5 1/4. You'll see all that in the download. Okay, so now we're ready to add our pumpkins. And I think, you know, the hard part is to decide which one do you want on top. I'm going with the purple because I love the grape. All right, so my first one though, I am going to add it with some liquid glue. Because again, this has been heat set. I'm going to kind of push it with my fingers, hold it for just a second. Oh, good, Barbara, you're always looking for something on your table too. I'm telling you, sometimes that just drove me crazy because I just had it in my hands. So I'm gonna grab my dimensionals and I wanna pop up my second pumpkin with my dimensionals. Like this card doesn't have enough personality. I say adding dimensionals gives it more personality, but this card is full of it. I mean, it has got so much personality. I am using my take your pick tool because I really don't want to. I mean, sometimes I use my fingernails, but this way keeps my area nice and clean, and I have so much to share with y'all tonight. So let's see, we're gonna put this one right here. And there you go. I hope that the shine, oh, there's the shine right there. So pretty. What do y'all think? Okay, now let me show you my other cards, and then I want to walk you through what I did on those cards. Let's put the lid on that. Okay, so this card, let's move that out of the way. Where is it? So this card right here, I basically stamped on the same tie-dyed papers. Okay, these, my watercolored papers. And then I did my copper embossing I stamped the pumpkin in Versamark, and then I embossed with copper embossing. My picture frame, I didn't have the frame at first. I kept looking at it. I was like, that poor pumpkin looks so lonely. So let me show you what I used. I felt like my frame needed to be ornate, so I used the Parisian embossing folder. I think you could use any of them. And then for my background paper, I used the textures, the painted textures embossing folder. Oh, yay, you're loving my cards. Thank you. Thank you, Heidi. And then do y'all know how to make your own little frame? So I needed just a skinny, small little frame. I measured my pumpkin, and I could make a frame with a 3x3 piece of copper foil, okay? So when you wanna do it, and I wanted a skinny frame, I just simply put it on, I didn't do a 1/2 inch, that's too big. I did it on a 1/4 inch, and I just cut out the middle, and I came down to 1/4 inch, and then I turned it, and I did the same thing again, down to the 1/4. It's skinny. Thank you. I'm glad you like my cards. I have one more to share with you, and I think, I don't know, if y'all like the tie-dyed look, I think you're gonna love the other one too. About a 1/4 inch. And then you may have to take your snips and cut it out, but that's how you do the frame. Where's my snips? So that's how you do the frame. And then I ran it through the embossing folder. And what was so fun was, and I'll show you as soon as I finish this part, if you go past it and you cut just a little bit like that, once you emboss it, you can't tell. It's all good. Looks like I'll be spending my birthday money. That's what Andy said. Okay. All right, so that's how I did that card. Now let me show you my third card. How's that for a colored stamped image? Oh boy, let's make this one. Well, I'm not gonna make the whole card. I just wanna show you how I did the pumpkin. This right here is the Stitch Greenery die, and it's just so fun. I thought this is kind of leaves and kind of look like fall. So I'm gonna bring that up again so you can see what it looks like on the card. So it just stitch dies it. It doesn't cut it out. So if you think that this die is one that cuts out, it doesn't. So I did both layer. I actually laid the crushed curry on here and just did it all at the same time. I figured, what the heck? And then I just stamped my sentiment and added it on. Now let me show you how I did the pumpkin. You know, I've done a lot of strolling down memory lane lately with my upcoming Stampiversary is what they call it. And you know, it's brought me back to some old techniques, and one of them is using baby wipes. And with my grandbaby in the house, I certainly have lots of those. So we're gonna open this up, and you wanna get quite a few because nowadays they make them a lot thinner than when my babies were little. So I'm gonna get 5, and that should be enough. What we're creating is our own ink pad, our own stamp pad. How many of y'all have done the baby wipe as a stamp pad? Let me know in the comments. Such a great way to give color to your stamped images. And so, oh my, that is beautiful. I love the colors, and I have that die as well and love it. I have used both sides as well. Love the back side for the textured feel. I know, I forgot to mention that. You're right. Okay, so what we're gonna do, thank you for saying that, Heidi, because I forgot about the back side. I'm just gonna add a couple of drops of each color. And when you do this, prepare to make several cards at one time because you're using quite a few ink drops. So we don't want to just do it for one card. We want to do it for a lot of cards. You've never seen this, Faye? Well, I am thrilled that I'm showing you something new. Oh, Ernie did it on a card about 3 years ago. Okay. Okay, who tried, let's see. Lanny tried the baby wipes and she loves it. It's a fun technique. And it was perfect for this stamp set. Absolutely perfect. I don't know, I need another drop of purple. And then we have our real red. So the same colors that I used on the first one, I'm using it for this one. Okay. Yay, I see a lot of you have done the inks, the baby wipe inks. All right, where is, I'm gonna get, so in other words, we're gonna have several pieces of cardstock here where we're gonna need to clean our pumpkin a little bit because we used black ink. Oh good, it's new to Angie too, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to clean my Have y'all bought the Stampin' Mist? It comes in a great big bottle now. And at first I wasn't happy, but man, I love it. I don't have to keep refilling the small bottles anymore. You know, this is the cheapest washer and dryer y'all ever buy. Y'all know that, right? The Stampin' Scrub. I was reminded of that. That's what we used to always say too when I used to do workshops. Okay, so I'm just gonna ink up and I'm gonna stamp. I'm gonna ink up and I'm gonna stamp. I'm gonna ink up. So you see what I'm saying? Just, you know, just make as many pumpkins as you want. Heidi says, I'm going to use that stamp set and dies after I get back from the doctor's. I want to make some cards for my American friends to send. Okay, that sounds wonderful. I hope everything's okay. You said back from the doctor's. Okay, so we've done that. We've filled up our cards with the pumpkins. And then we have that little leaf that we also need to clean real quick. Just clean that off camera. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our leaves. And then I'm gonna clean my stamp, kind of, and I'm gonna switch colors. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, again, gonna clean, and I'm gonna go this way. So do y'all see the options? Do you see the variety of how different all of your cards can be? Oh, I wanna go this way. Let's see if we can get red and purple. Oh yeah, a little bit more purple. So this is the baby wipe technique for your colored stamped images. And you know, you can do, I did try to do the words. Let's see if we can do the words. I couldn't see it as much, but I did try to do gathered together, but a nice big bold sentiment. I should have grabbed something. Let's see here. Let me get another piece of paper. There we go. And, well, y'all can't see what I'm doing. There you go. You can do the words too. So for those of you that this was new, I hope that you will give the baby wipe technique a shot for your colored stamped cards. So here are my cards. Just so fun. Like I said, I haven't even touched any other image but this one in that stamp set. I can't wait to see what I can come up with on the other ones. Okay, I want to see if there's any questions. Let me grab my cameras. Let me switch things back. Okay. So who did I inspire tonight? I hope that I got your creative juices going. I hope that you will give both the tie-dyed look pumpkins and the baby wipe technique pumpkins a try. And of course, anytime you want to emboss with my favorite copper embossing powder, feel free to do so. Hello, Armand from Antwerp, Belgium. I just love seeing everybody here from all over the world. That just makes me so happy. Julia says, inspirational learning. Thank you. Joannie says, I had heard of the technique, but never seen it. Tried it. You certainly will try it now, won't you? Everything is just, everybody is just talking so fast. I can't, I mean, the chat box is just going like crazy. Oh, Charlotte really liked the copper one. Okay. All right. I am so glad that y'all loved these. It was fun sharing them with you. And like I said, at 8 p.m. Central, I will have the tutorial on my blog. Speaking of my blog, you know, I thought it was weird that nobody was commenting on my blog anymore, and I was like, they comment on my YouTube channel, so maybe they don't feel like they have to comment on my blog. I need you guys to start commenting on my blog, and if for some reason you can't comment, can you let me know? Because apparently the commenting had a technical glitch in it, and nobody has been able to comment for months. And I figured it out the other day. I was like, I don't even see the comments option on the side of the blog that you guys see. So here's what I want you to do. I'm challenging you all. When you go over to get tonight's download, I want you to say something on my blog in the comments. I want to make sure that it's working, and I need you to help me figure that out. I can't comment on myself because it is my blog. Oh goodness. Heidi cannot wait to go home to try this. I'm so glad. And Susan says she's going to try all these techniques. Marcia says these cards are great. Eager to try the techniques too soon. This was a fun night with you, Sharon. I'm so glad. This was a fun night. We got new stamps, and like I said, I can't wait to play with the other pumpkin stamps and that really decorative die and the pretty pumpkins, or the pumpkin, what are they called? It's not pretty pumpkins. Pretty pumpkin is the stamp set, and the dies are always called something else. Detailed pumpkins, that's what it's called. So I want to know, oh, let's see, Nancy says, you've inspired me to do the baby white method again. I haven't done that in a long time. Thanks for the inspiration. It's so much fun, and the colors and possibilities are endless. We learned that we can do it on a thin sentiment stamp, a greeting stamp. We can do it with our detailed pumpkins. So lots of fun ways to use that baby white technique. So, oh, Beryl, you're correct. This is way easier than trying to color, especially that pumpkin, with your Stampin' Right markers. Absolutely, good point. This wet technique is easier. Yeah, okay, I already read that one. Heidi says 74 out of 195 people. Oh, oh, y'all need to give me some thumbs up, I guess is what she's saying. Oh yes, thanks Renee for bringing that back up. We had sent cards for kids. A lot of you donated cards for kids back in June. Renee reached out to them, and they did receive our cards, but because of their process with due to COVID, they haven't been able to actually count them all that, but they did acknowledge that they received them. So thank you so much, Renee, for reaching out to them and letting us know that they did get our cards. Andrea says, she is fixing to try this tonight. Everybody go clean off your craft table and do the baby white technique. And remember, you need to use about 4 or 5 of them because they're not as thick as they used to be when my babies were little. Oh yes, thank you, Michelle. Next weekend, August the 14th, is the Creative 8 Summer Retreat. So many of you have already registered. So many of you have said, I don't want to miss it. I can't wait to go and see what the Creative 8 team has that is pretty much going to inspire y'all for weeks to come with our projects. Just saying. I did my videos today. I mean, we've got everything ready. We've been working for months to get this, to make it the best retreat that we've even done yet. This will be our 5th one. We opened them up to the public when COVID started last year, and we have streamlined it. We have made it so easy for you guys to follow and be inspired. Registration, I will take registration up until we start on August the 14th, but don't wait that late. If you're gonna join us, it's $45. You can live anywhere in the world and still participate. It is held on a private Facebook page. And let's see, I think I put the link down below. Yes, I have the link below this video that you can go and register. It's easy peasy. You'll be invited to the Facebook group. There has already been pre-stamping challenges going on, and there's going to be door prizes. Price Patrol. I have lots of prizes over there that are going to be going to quite a few of you guys that are at the retreat. So I hope that if you're going to come, that you go ahead and register now, because we want to see you there. We want to inspire you. So, all right, guys, okay, says she is anxious for the retreat. Yes, I did use shimmer paper on the watercolored. You either need to use watercolor paper or the shimmer paper. I went with shimmer paper instead of watercolor paper because I felt like my pumpkin had pretty fine detailed, and sometimes I don't always get the results I want when stamping on the watercolored with those fine leaves and stuff. So Kim can't wait for the retreat. Oh, Joannie says that baby wipes didn't exist when her baby was little. Oh, goodness. If you are not on Facebook, what a great question, Juliana. If you are not on Facebook, no problem. On Monday morning at 8 a.m., 8 a.m. or 7 a.m., Monday morning, August the 16th, I will email everyone who has registered for the retreat the 10 tutorials plus the clean video links. It's going to be clean YouTube videos. There's not going to be a whole lot of chatter. It's just going to be videos explaining the projects. Plus, each of us have got like 3 or 4 or more, knowing Jackie Bolheis, that she's got even more, other ideas to inspire you. The whole point of the retreat is for you to use the supplies that you have. I don't tell you have to have a long list of supplies that you have to buy from me. You use what you have, and then you just be inspired after you see what our project is, and then you can use it to make something in your own craft area. So great question. So yes, I saw that, Michelle. Thank you. Let's see. Cindy Wagner got signed up. Very good. Andrew says, never been, so what do I need to do to have ready for the retreat? You can be in your craft area, and then a lot of people will either watch the video and then go stamp, or they'll watch the whole day, download the tutorials after each presentation, and then go stamp and stamp for a long time. Then we tell you that once you have stamped anything, then you can upload it, and we do price patrols. We do lots of price patrols. I think we even have more this time than we've ever had. So great question, Andra. Yep, Michelle, whatever they have on hand, you don't have to. That's the beauty of it. It's like my mystery stamping. We don't tell you, you got to spend $500 and buy all this stuff. No, you just use what you have in your area. So, oh, Cindy, thanks for the meet and greet reminder. On Friday night, August the 13th, you can log in and see you get to do the Meet the Creative 8 team. It's when we let our hair down. It's on a personal level. We have a lot of fun. You guys learn more and more about me, Brandy Cox, Connie Stewart, and Jackie Bolheis in a different way. It's a fun, there's always something new, and Jackie's running it this time, so there's no telling. There's no telling what kind of questions I have to answer. So thank you for reminding me of that, Cindy. So technically the retreat starts on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, but the fun really kicks off Friday night. So there you go. Okay. All right. I'm going to go push some buttons on my computer, get that blog post ready to go live at 8 p.m. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I hope that you were inspired. I think you were. So have fun with your watercoloring of your shimmery white paper and stamping with your homemade ink pads using baby wipes.